because internet issues also there. So we'll see since morning. Record is started. Okay, we'll see. Look at here. Okay, so web server and a client. So client send a HTTP request. Server send a HTTP response. Completed. So send a request and response. So whenever you send a request, web server check for the content and deliver the content to the client. So as we say, like here, web server store the web content and the web pages or web pages it stores. So whenever your client asks for a page, server give that page if page is available. If page is not available, it send a 404 error. I think I removed that one. It's okay. Okay. Next. In a web server provide web service. That's it. You don't do any other task. But so web server, the point of web server is to web service, means it's take a client request and give the response. That is the duty of web server. In a websites, we have a two type of website: static website, dynamic website. Okay. In a static website is works like a wherever page is available, it send a page. For example, I created a 10 pages. So on 10 pages, client requests that any of the 10 pages, it will deliver. If I requested a page which is not available, then server send a 404 response. So this is the static web server. But dynamic web server is websites different. So what is the dynamic websites? How it is works? When a client asks for a page, it is given a page. So we'll go to make metric home page. Okay, whenever client queries some information, so obviously web server take the query, forward to the application or a program do its work, and finally it create a page and deliver to the client. Okay, so that is the program duty. So look at here, it is written. We use different type of application or programs to do the task. One is like a PHP, Python frameworks also available, Java servlets, okay, .NET kind of applications we use it. What it is, based on the client inputs, it understand, and based on the program, it works. So why I'm telling like this? Actually, it will take time, so that's why I am not opening it. Why? Yeah, I will open this enterprise. Okay, it will open. It will take time, guys. I will try to show you servlets. In Python also we have a frameworks like a Django or Flask. Okay, so before going to the servlet or anything, methods also there. That is also I forget. Okay, so different type of web servers means different applications to make a web server. If you are using a Windows servers, you'll get a Internet Information Service. So we install Active Directory, same thing. You can install IIS. Okay, so like that only. So IIS, Internet Information Service, Microsoft Web Server. Apache HTTP, normally your Linux, Unix, Apache web servers, and other web servers also available. You can search in Google and you can put it things. Okay, other few types of web servers are there, like a Tomcat, Glassfish, Oracle Web Logic Server. Okay, IBM WebSphere. WebSphere or a WebSphere is there. One more is there. It is Red Hat. Earlier days name is JBoss. Now the name is Wildfly. Okay, these are all application servers. Application server does not mean it is it manages application kind of stuff. It is okay. Every application server includes internally a web server. It includes inside a web server is there. Okay, so that is a application server. Application server meaning is it runs application and connects database. Okay, it runs applications and connecting databases or connecting different applications, APIs. So that's so many things are there. Okay, so in coming to the application or a program kind of stuff, and servlets, Python, or we can say Python Flask, or Django, .NET, like this, different kind of applications and connections to databases like Oracle SQL, database, mysql, mariadb, both are same. mariadb and mysql both are same, so don't. postgre SQL, a Microsoft SQL server. Okay, so different type of web server. I've written everything here using JDBC. Again, I will tell that. Okay, so a lot of names. It's little complex to go one by one. Okay, but you can see Tomcat, Glassfish, and examples of a basic web server. I will tell differences also. And big application server is like a enterprise level. Oracle WebLogic Server, IBM WebSphere, Red Hat, JBoss or Wildfly. So currently it is Wildfly only. Okay, it is still not open. Okay, so that is the thing. I said front-end technologies. Front-end technologies are HTML. Front-end technologies are HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It is a client-side programming. So when it is a client-side programming, these are all this thing only. Client-side programming. Okay. Server-side programming is also there. PHP, your Java servlets. Okay. Flask or Django. Okay. Why it is opening again? Flask or Django kind of stuff. Yeah, many more server-side programming are there. So importantly, you can easily learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript without using any IDEs or background servers. You don't require to learn a web server, also not required. Just you have to create using HTML pages and we can run it. Okay, you can run it. ASP, these are all comes under server-side programming only. So mine is open, somewhat open. Okay, we'll see that one. Okay, what happened? Donation, I don't do donations. Okay guys, so this is about your web server, static website, dynamic website, different type of websites, different type of programming we use it, and different type of application servers. I think you got some point of application server. What is this application server? So very simple. I am writing a application server separately or includedly. Both the ways you can able to understand. Okay. Okay. Application server run these applications. Application can be in the web server or it can be outside of the web server. So logical or physically you can tell it. So I'm writing here a application server. Either your application in the application server or in the web server, whatever it is, it runs because it's a middleware. Okay, middleware, it is connects. The middleware point is this one only. Middleware technologies is this one only. Okay, server side programming, not client side programming, client not server. So this is application runs here. For example, JSP pages, PHP, Java, .java with Java servlets inside. Guys, servlets. Okay, I think some people know, but everybody know what is Java, just Java at least. Servlets means not a different programming. It is a Java class only. Okay, servlets nothing but a Java program only. It's an extended class of Java. That's it. So we will write in a Java only. So no difference. Okay, even I got little interested in Java because of servlets, but we don't have that much in syllabus, so I drop it. So Java, PHP, servlets, B, enterprise Java beans, EJBs, your application server run these kind of stuff. Okay, already I've given a list of application server like a Tomcat or Glassfish kind of stuff. So application server run this your application. Okay, so when it is based on user inputs, it create a page and it will deliver it. But point is here, my data should be there now. So for example, here I queried some information. So I want to go from Pune to Visakhapatnam. Okay, for example, on May 1st, search. It displaying some information. The May 2nd cost is less. So this is the best. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. I will go, but not like this. I can't offer 5,000 now for a simple journey. Anyway, any which ways, you can see here it is. Look at here. So I submitted information. Now the web server take the request. It contains a program and it will check with that program. So what are the inputs? So based on that, it will generate a page, right? In between those things, there is a small point is there. So what is that small point? Like we have a database. We have a database server. What is the use of this database server? what database server will do? Stores data. What database server will do? What's the database server do? Stores data in the form of people are sleeping, I think so. CACIT guys are not there. 100% silent.
I think no, sir. I am.
Okay. So stores data in the form of tables in the database server. So what are the different type of database servers? So what is SQL? Just SQL.
Structured query language.
Very good. Structured query language. What is structured query language? Data is in the structured format. Okay, like a rows and columns. Data is in a columns and rows. Actually, columns and rows. I written a rows and columns. Okay, it is in structured format. We can able to query the data into rows wise or a column wise. We can able to query it. Like what is the type of output you can get it from the huge amount of data in the table. So that is your. So what are the different servers are there? Oracle DB, SQL Oracle database server, MySQL already written. So MySQL. There is I hear this question. What is the difference between MySQL and Oracle SQL? MySQL is developed by Sun Microsystems, which is developed your Java also. Unix Solaris also belongs to Sun Microsystem. Now currently Sun Microsystem is belongs to Oracle. MySQL is not very fast data read and write for a heavy programming, but MySQL is for a web development, more useful for a web development. If you ask any web developer or you want to become a web developer, the first database you should learn is MySQL. Why? Because of it is very easy to insert and retrieve the data from the MySQL. It's a very small scale programming application. Okay, so faster we can able to get it, and it won't take more space for running, also more CPU speed also it won't consume, but not for a heavy enterprise application purpose. So Oracle DB is a mainly enterprise applications, but MySQL is for a small size database systems, web applications example. So you have a data in your databases. One of the example is Oracle DB, MySQL server. MariaDB and MySQL both are same. Postgre SQL. Postgre. Lot of different web servers are there. MS SQL, Microsoft SQL server is also there. Oracle SQL, MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, MS SQL, like this. So there is any database servers are there, you can add it. Okay. So this technology we call it as a backend technology. This is backend, front end, backend kind of stuff. This is front end. What is the front end? Front end is web technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, Jar comes under front-end technologies. PHP, including PHP, servlets are a front-end technologies. Back-end technologies is nothing but a database. Back-end technologies is nothing but a database. So I have a database. Name is there. It contains the dynamic information. Okay, it contains a data. Now, as per user query, user putting a, for example, I showed make metric. So journey from Pune to Visakhapatnam on a 1st May, for example. So it will verify 1st May. Okay, so it will check it, date 1st May. What are the flights are available on 1st May? Preloaded data already it is there. Okay, and it will put a condition. So it will put a one query page, date on 1st May. What are the flights available? What are the cost? Put them into ascending or descending order. Right? Its order is then a lower price to higher price. Or a time. So what is user request? Based on a departure time, or arrival time, or a duration, or a price, higher price to lower price, 1 star or non-star, 1 star or a non-star. So like that. What is the user query? So you'll put all the query conditions here and query from the database. Database returns. This is my information. This is my information. So what it will do, our application server, the program, what it will do, it contains a program like based on user inputs, it create a query, send a query to database, gather the information from the database server and take the input output from the database and create a page and send a page through web server to our client. So this is a total process. This is the total process. Front end, back end, middleware. So what is the front end? Is a web server. Web technologies comes under front end. What is the back end? Database servers. What are the different type of databases? They store the data. They tabulate the data into that one. So we can able to query the data and retrieve the data. You know, whenever you learn the database servers related queries, so real time we don't query directly, we don't use the queries to do it. So we have an application to do that in general. But learning of those queries are very important because those we have to integrate it in the application. That is your work. For a certain people who are working in my previous batches, very old batches, they use the queries. So they first query from the database, they integrate the queries into the applications. Okay. Here one more point here. To connect this application to database, we need a connector. That is a JDBC. Sorry, JDBC or ODBC. Kind of connectors. Okay, JDBC, ODBC kind of connector. Anyone? What is JDBC? You know that one, Java database connector. Like that, ODBC. Okay. Connector /j or connect/j, I should remember exactly, connect/j or connector j, like that, connect/j. Okay, so little difference is there. Okay, connector/j or a connect/j. JDBC, ODBC. Like you can connect your Python. So I will show you that one. W3 schools, Python. Okay, you can see Python MySQL. Even I tried that one. So I inserted data also. So MySQL connector. So you have to download MySQL. You can go to MySQL database it is. So you have to install MySQL connector Python. Okay. So what is this? To connect Python to MySQL. To connect, this is connect Python program to MySQL database. In a particular database, we can able to connect it. I will show you if you want to see like this simple program directly. This is simple query. See, import MySQL connector. So we are importing this library after you installed, and we create a connector here. We use where is the host, what is your username, login name, and password for a MySQL server. And here it is. We enter into MySQL server and creating database. Execute database. We are going to do it. Okay. Same thing. You want to see what is the database inside. Show database. Okay. You're connecting to database directly. .connect. You're connecting to database directly. You are creating a table, means first of all you have to log into MySQL and you have to tell where is your MySQL server, username, password, and what is your database. Now you can able to insert the data. Okay, so you can do all the things to your MySQL through your program, but from your Python program to MySQL, what is the requirement? MySQL connector. MySQL connector is required. Same goes for your other kind of stuff, including like you want to connect from PHP to Java. Okay. So it is official JDBC driver for a MySQL. Okay. Connector. I done a spelling mistake. That's it. Connector J, ODBC, JDBC. These are all database server connector. Program or application. Okay. So these are the different connectors. So again we'll go. So this is my system. I put a query. The query goes to web server. If page is available, it displays. In static websites, if page is available, it display. If page is not available, it throw an error message called a 404 error. In dynamic websites, it forward the query to the program. Program understand user input and then it execute the program as per the it will try to execute the program or as per the user inputs. As form of that one, if it is required to take a database from database server, it take the data from database server and finally it create a page and deliver to the web server. So here it is a divisions are occurred. One is front end, back end, middleware. Front end is your web servers, middleware is application servers, back end is your database server. Different type of web servers are there, including Microsoft IIS, Apache HTTP servers, like that. So different web servers are there. in purely web servers. But there is an application servers. Application servers are used to execute a program. Okay, so to execute a program, to run a program, so we need an application server. Application server is nothing but an application is Tomcat, Glassfish kind of stuff, Oracle WebLogic Server, IBM WebSphere, Red Hat, JBoss, Wildfly. These are the example of different application server applications. These application server include a web server also internally. Backend servers, nothing but a database servers. It store the large amount of data inside in the structured format. Okay, rows and columns format. So to query the data or to insert the data or query the data as per the requirement, you need to connect the database server using JDBC, ODBC, connector J or a mysql connector, like a different type of connectors also there. So this is what I'm trying to say, but there is a few more things are there. Tomcat, we call that one as an application server, not enterprise server, because Tomcat can run JSPs like a servlets, this PHP. Okay, PHP server run PHP, but Tomcat as a web server, it run PHP. Okay, it includes PHP things. Okay, but why we need a Oracle WebLogic server? Oracle WebLogic server or IBM WebSphere, like that. So why we need this kind of servers? It runs all what Tomcat will run. Also, it runs EJB. EJB means enterprise Java beans. Okay, enterprise Java beans. Enterprise Java beans. What is enterprise Java beans? That is we will not know, but I will go to jump to another one. So to run a EJB kind of programs, compulsory WebLogic. So Tomcat cannot run EJB. Only just few points you can remember. Okay, it cannot run EJB kind of applications. WebLogic server can able to run EJB along with other programmings also. Next, what is var or jar? Okay, what is var or a jar is nothing but a Java archive. What is archive? You know, rar, tar, winrar. What are that one? So there's the individual files. We keep it in a single file only. Like you create a program, you created your own program. It contains like everything. So look at here, it contains your web pages, okay, your HTML pages, web.xml pages, okay, different pages are there. But thing is, okay, the thing is, this is JavaScript I practiced earlier and left like that only. The thing is, where I blocked, somewhere I blocked it by showing this one. Yeah, I created a project. This is individual files. It is a individual files in this location. See demo web project 1 src like this. Where is this demo web project 1? So this is a complete different files are there. Now I completed my project. I completed, everything is completed, every required inbuilt servers, applications, pages, everything is completed. Now what I will do, okay, I will build this program. Now it is not showing here. I will try. This is become slow. Okay, so I use my enterprise tools or build applications. Okay, so then what I will do, I use these kind of tools to build it. So when you build it, I will tell in a HTML format, then build in a var file, .var or .jar. I don't know whether you know this one or not, so I will show you Jenkins because I got an experience with Jenkins. You want to download Jenkins. Okay, so this is the var file. See, it is generic Java package var file. This is your Jenkins folder. .var. It contains your entire program related things, entire things, including Jetty is there. Jetty is one of the web server application server. Jetty is one of the application server. Jetty. Okay, it contains Java web server, Java servlet container, Eclipse related Jetty, Java web server, Java servlet container. It's a kind of web server. It is given something differently, but this is a Jetty. This is exactly a Jetty. Jetty code, Jetty link road, that is not that one. Okay, even we don't know where it is. Lavasa, Maharashtra. Okay, Jetty code. Okay, so Jetty. While web server usually associated with servicing document to the people, Jetty now often machine to machine communication, by usually within larger software framework. Okay, not only these guys, not only completed. Okay, so we build a Java application and we archive with it. Var means complete project is packed. Now I want to run this one. How to run? Can run on a WebLogic server. We can extract this jar files using a WebLogic server and we can run a application deployment. So we use this WebLogic server for deploy so different type of application servers. So use it to deploy a application. So to deploy or install var files, jar files, not jar, exactly it is a var only. So deploy a application. So it become application server. It contains an application, web server. So use it to deploy an application. Last point, okay, it's okay, no problem. Yes, understand up to here or not, that's it. Important is, do you understand web server, application server, database server, JDBC, up to here? What is front end, middleware and back end?
Yeah, sir, got it.
Got it now? The last point, okay, no problem. So EDBC, JDBC, it's okay, leave it. Later you can search it, okay? Yeah, tell me.
Nothing, sir, about it.
Okay, so up to now, that's it. So just relax for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes only. Just relax.